All right, there's some college basketball. How about we talk some NBA basketball? Plenty to talk about and break down with our 8 News Now's NBA, WNBA guru, we like to call him. Here's Darrell Harris. And Darrell, thank you very much for stopping in here. First of all, right off the top, boy, there's some interesting news happening here in the next little bit with the WNBA. We'll see, kind of see what, are they going to actually stand out and walk? Are they going to get back to work? Or that's going to be interesting over the next month or so.
Yeah, no, why not start there at the top? Our aces, they should be getting ready mentally for the next year, but next year can't begin without a new CBA. And all the reporting on this matter is that the two sides are still a ways away from agreeing on a deal. Players have already authorized a strike if necessary, but for now, the latest is they are in a status quo phase, meaning no lockout. Breanna Stewart is in these negotiations from the Liberty. This is what she told our own Madison Marie this week at the Sports Illustrated Awards over at the Win.
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting for me to see how far the W's come. Like, you can see it just from a pure attendance and number standpoint, but also just the way that when I was a rookie, what we had to what we have now. And excited for the future, excited for the new teams that are joining, and knowing that, you know, while we're trying to figure out the CBA negotiations, we don't ever forget where we came from, and we just know where we want to go.
So with everything going on, would you be, or other players that you know, be?
Yeah, no, I feel like the season is officially in jeopardy. At least the typical starting date of mid-May. This moment set the tone. The league's best players wearing shirts that read, "Pay us what you owe us." If you ask what are they owed, that's where the problem lies. I'm told that in these negotiations, the players' proposals include a total revenue number that's different and doesn't match what the owners are using. And the owners are saying what the players are asking for is unsustainable. Well, what's sustainable or not all depends on the actual number. So whatever that is, Breanna Stewart knows best. She was drafted 10 years ago. She's felt and sees this seismic shift that's happened ever since, and they're not settling. That's what they're adamant about.
And she said that on the red carpet. We're not settling. She wants to make that clear across the league. But she did say we want to instill, we know what we deserve. And they also promised on both sides that there wouldn't necessarily be a strike in good faith. So after nearly three deadlines.
Yeah.
What's next, Darrell?
Yeah, well, there's a lot to do. And this reason why I feel like May is in jeopardy is because they have to have free agency. A large majority of the league is a free agent because they all knew that the money and numbers would change right now. So they have to do that. They have an expansion draft for 2 teams. They have to have the regular draft, training camp. Now we're looking at 3-4 months to do all of that. And the players are playing right now in Unrivaled and in these other leagues. They're still getting, you know, a little stuff coming in. So they're holding steady, and who's going to blink is what they're saying.
It's going to be so interesting. Hey, from the WNBA, how about to the NBA? A lot of fans are not happy with the direction right now. We'll see what the TV numbers kind of bear out here, but there's been talk about the game turning into more of a kind of a horse, a 3-point contest. Former center Blake Griffin, a few thoughts on the league and those Euros that are coming in and helping change the game, maybe for the better.
One thing that I remember when I was younger, a lot was made about the skill development, right? The individual skill development overseas. And these European players were coming over and they were super, super skilled. You know, Dirk is a perfect example, right? A big man that could shoot wasn't really a thing here for the most part. And I think the U.S. did a good job of sort of bridging that gap and developing its players skill-wise. But at the same time, Europe does a great job of teaching basketball, the game of basketball, how you play, how you space, how you win, how you move. So I think that, you know, now I'm a little bit frustrated when I go watch younger teams play. It's 5 out. You know, you're playing zone on both ends of the floor, miss or make. And 5 out, it's great, but, you know, it's not NBA players. You don't have to space all the way to the 3-point line. So I think it has to be both. It has to be all-encompassing. Teach everything about the game, and Europe has that right.
Indeed they do. Europe teaching the game right. When Blake mentions 5 out, that's basically no position. Players are just screening, coming off screens, going to the basket. You see Victor Wembanyama out there firing up threes, coming off screens. So that's what he's saying. This 5 out thing where you're just all spread out, coming off screens and making different plays is way different than kind of what we were taught with the center, the 2 forwards, the 2 guards. And so the NBA, I think, has a little bit of an issue right now.
Yeah, and well, I like to say that also keep in mind it's evolution. The game's evolving. the players are on average taller. You're not seeing a 6'1", 6'2" point guard anymore. The point guard's 6'5". And the center, if you're a tree and you can't move, the center that's 6'10" and 6'11" that has a handle and can do all of that, he's running you off the court. So the coaches are trying to manage it all in real time. They're still playing basketball, but yes, everybody's shooting a lot more. There's a combination of analytics, combination of different sized athletes, and all of the running that's taking place and the taxing the body and the injuries and things like that, that we're in a transitional state, but there is variety across the league. Shea plays a different way, then Giannis plays, then Jokic plays, then, you know.
And it's going to be interesting to see what happens when you think about this, Lexus, and the NBA. Now you got, with all these players playing these different positions, Darrell, you got Anthony Davis hurts his hand. More injuries happening. We'll get off the NBA. Let's go to the high school because you had fun last night.
We sure did. Blake, let me tell you this. I got some hoopers for you here in Nevada. And look who's out at the Big City Showdown finale. Josh Pastner and Dan Mullen, the Running Rebs and UNLV football in attendance. Let's see. That's Amari Obe from long range in the fourth quarter. Very next play, he's in transition. The game was slipping away from Coronado, but he got the momentum back on their side. This was the play of the game. Captured by Logan. Shot this. Ty Johnson. Baseline, one-step dribble dunk. That woke the crowd up. Still, 1 minute left. You'll see that three-pointer made it a three-point game. Finally, his teammate can't even watch. It's that nerve-wracking inside the gym last night. Final possession, Coronado looking to score. Great defense, great wall up. Then he ties it up. It stays with Coronado, and this is the last play of the game, essentially. Hard cut, pulls his defender, and he's wide open almost. That's the game right there.
Rough.
We saw a fun one. I've been at these gyms all winter break, essentially, and there's talent. There's no void of talent, but I agree with Blake. Let's hold some of the players and coaches accountable. This is the best play of the week, though, I'll say. Sebastian Medeiros from Valley High School sinks it at the buzzer from the parking lot. There's talent all over here. His big brother actually plays for Coach Pastner at the Running Rebs, and I've just gotten to meet some of these folks, talk to them. I saw the team down at Needles, which actually competes under NIAA, and there's talent everywhere. So I've been excited. I've been pleased with what we've been seeing, and they've both been impressive, really impressive. I think they can get to the next level if we readjust what we think about the next level. College Division I is different.
This has to be a dream for Josh Pastner. All he's got to do in his backyard and go find talent and bring him on into the Running Rebs.
Easy. There's not a lot of size, but there's so many guards, so many wings across the valley that there's definitely folks that can get to the next level, and sky's the limit for these kids.
And how about those gyms being packed, by the way?
There we go. I love it. It's changing.
Well, that Big City Showdown has been big for many years here, so that was nice. Hey, good job, Darrell, on catching that action. A lot of fun stuff. Hey, you can catch Darrell Harris every day on Sportswrap Daily as he covers the hottest topics in Las Vegas sports. Sportswrap Daily airs right here, television streaming channel. It's available on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Roku, and Samsung TVs. Coming up next on the Subaru of Las Vegas Sports Wrap, BMX takes to Las Vegas. It will joined by a person who was part of the action. Lots of fun over there at the Orleans Arena. Oh, there they go. More next right here